How is everyone doing? Hopefully fine. Get this thing going in just a moment. I just need to do one last thing and then uh yeah, we'll get going. Right. Stas, how are you doing? H&K, how are you doing? Ahmed, how are you doing? Havoc, all to the stream, and also Usurper. I guess that's how you pronounce that name. And Keith. How's it going, everyone? We'll get things going though. Get things going. Hop onto this screen anyways. You'll notice that I'm rocking a certain outfit, and I'll talk about that in just a moment and why I am specifically wearing that outfit as well. Uh, I kind of just want to get into like a bit more of a discussion on what things could come to the game and what kind of things I do not think will come to the game because of like certain reasonings. And obviously, I've had like the update from Ghost Recon today about there is going to be content coming to the game. We actually technically already knew that from Ubitoon's post, but this one is more of an official one from the Ghost Recon Twitter, from the moderators over at the Twitter, and actually on the Ubisoft website as well. Ubitoon's one was more along the lines of like let's say like a non-official kind of just community manager hinting there is going to be some kind of content. We haven't really got much information from this. Obviously, this kind of does build like a slight bit of hype regarding that there is going to be something coming to the game, but depending on whether that stuff is going to be like huge. Sorry, I am having to fiddle around with my settings. Yeah, sorry about this. Because for some reason it cuts out now and then. But yeah, whether this content's going to be huge or whether this content's going to be like small little updates, I'm not really too sure. But I want to discuss that. I want to kind of get like my point across uh, regarding that. And I think we'll move over to. I think this is this the right one. Yes, it is. I don't know if my chat will pop up event. Not really too sure. It has popped up. It looks like it's just going to start up like popping up now and then. What's everyone said in chat though so far? Yes, this is about the Reddit post titled "Message from Ubisoft." Like, as I said, I'm assuming they put it on Reddit. I'm pretty sure I saw like a little thing pop up when I was posting this like link on Reddit, anyways. But they've obviously like linked it in loads of different places, so they've tried to keep it broad. Of course, I haven't got a video on it. That's the main reason why I'm making a live stream for it. I haven't got like a video set for it. I did know there was going to be some form of content post year one, and I got told that quite a while ago. But I didn't know there was going to be like the likes of a roadmap. I didn't know that was going to be coming in the next few weeks. I didn't know that when this like announcement was go live, so I didn't prep any videos for it. So I've discussed with like the leader of that company is regarding this, and hopefully I'll be able to get like information, like more detailed information, let's say, than what I have had about it, anyways. But but let's move on. There we go. To everyone else saying, doing fine, Spec. How are you doing, mate? You think there will be Sentinel character model redesign like June when he was thinking the other day? That's like another strange thing. I think there is. I mean, I'll talk about that in just a little while longer. Sorry, a little bit more into the stream. Sorry, uh, regarding like a different whether I think faction. My answer is yes. I think there is going to be a faction, but I wouldn't typically say Sentinel. I definitely wouldn't. But I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Kind of like theory, anyways. And as you saw at the start of the stream there, I actually have the general's skin in a way. I've kind of created it in a way. And I've posted that on Twitter. I've posted it on Reddit as well, just to get some people's opinions on that. For some reason, it's cut. I don't know if it's cutting out voice. For some reason, it shows on stream is, but that might just be. Barky, how you doing, mate? Yeah, thanks to YouTube. Jimmy, I'm guessing that says raid, Jimmy. Need the Sentinel sniper with the hood and. To be honest, I think there's a lot of different cosmetics that should come to like the Maria shop and the store, and that's where my idea behind battle rewards and bringing some form of challenge back. And I made a video based on that earlier on this week. I think it was on Monday, about how they can actually add cosmetics into the game, but do it like steadily. And I don't see the reason why they couldn't do that. If Operation Oracle in Wildlands is anything to go by, Ghost Recon like to foreshadow we. To be honest, there could be like a foreshadowing for like the next Ghost Recon. That would be pretty cool. But then again, I'm also kind of thinking, is it going to be in the future or is it going to be in the past? I'm hoping it's going to be in the past, like before like Ghost Recon 1 and Ghost Recon 2. But yeah, that's like talking way in the future. I think that's like 2022, 2023 kind of stuff anyway. Anyways, we'll move on to this, and I'll read your chat in just a moment. I have had a little look over this, obviously. As I said, like the roadmap is coming in the next few weeks, and then there is like bits of information coming out now and then regarding what is to come. And obviously, March is the expected date for an update. Due to like the announcement that they were supposed to get large updates every 4 months, technically we are supposed to get an adventure or a large update within March. Whether that's going to be the case, considering this is like starting a year two and starting some form of content release, then I'm not really too sure whether there'll be an update, just because it's slightly different to the year one, I guess. So yeah, hey Ghosts, after an exciting year and a half of updates and game improvements, we are thrilled to announce that we will continue to bring new content to Tom Clancy's Breakpoint throughout 2021, which is good news. As I said, we already knew that. We already knew that that is going to be the case through Ubitoon's post on Twitter. Made a video based on that. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out because there's not much information there. I kind of just discuss like in a way, kind of. Uh, but yeah, content obviously last year and a half, more than just a year. But I think they've done quite well with like game improvements wise, especially considering how it was at launch compared to how it is now. It's a totally different game. It's a total different experience playing in the game now compared to what it was launched. Obviously, regular was a thing. Well, regular is still a thing, but they brought out immersive mode within, I think it was May. Brought AI teammates out in July. Brought obviously you had the first episode which came out of launch, second episode that came out around about May time, and then the last one which was end of September, October time. And obviously, you've had two ghost experiences, immersive mode, and then also the last one, which is like a November one, which I think they talk about a little bit more down here. So since launch, our priority has been to address feedback from you, our players. We added multiple updates to our ghost experience, which brought the bullet, the darkest night, Golem Island exploration, and world modifiers. Can you see this fine on screen? I don't know if I need to maybe. Hey, there we go. You can actually see that a little bit better. I think that's probably a little bit more important, being able to see it. But yes, so needs 4 things right here. Is that 4? It's 4. They all came out with the November update. Can't remember anyone who asked for that. I know some people who did ask for Darkest Nightingale Island Exploration. Huge thing. And also some kind of world modifiers where you can turn. That's been wanted since launch. I'm surprised they didn't add anything regarding previous Ghost Experience updates and updates before that, and well, from launch to now, basically a year and a half. I'm surprised they only mentioned things that came out in the November update, which makes me think like, why did they do that? Why weren't they mentioning all the rest of the things? But that's all in the past now. We have got the game what it should have been at launch. Basically, that's I shouldn't be saying that, but the game's in a situation where it should have been like this at launch. But we have got probably a few extra things than what we have at launch, like the 2 adventures and maybe a raid and I guess end game content kind of stuff. But you kind of get what I mean. This is the immersive mode and that kind of stuff is how it should have been at launch. We have given you all the ability to fine tune Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and I totally agree. The Ghost experience is amazing. World modifiers is amazing. I'm glad they added all that kind of stuff into the game. The addition of some familiar faces like Sam Fisher, Scott Mitchell. Sam Fisher came in episode 2, Scott Mitchell came in episode 3. Then Rainbow Operatives, most recent live event. Surprised I didn't mention Resistance there as well. Resistance, where's that why isn't that in the game? I guess it was kind of part of episode 1 in a way, but they added it really, really late. Brought some fun content we sure you would enjoy. It's also not Terminator event that I TA to Auroa. This feels like a shorter version. That feels like it's supposed to be. I thought it was slightly longer. Yes, it is slightly longer. Oh no, it's at the bottom here. Sorry. Split it into 2 paragraphs. See, chat. There's a lot of hard work, and we were proud of what the team has achieved. But we could, out you all, thank everyone again who took the time to get back and helped us get Ghost Recon Breakpoint to a state we appreciate and enjoy. And I think a large part of the game, obviously, is still parts of the game which can be improved. That's going to be the case for, well, ever since the end of the game until the next game comes. Something change or some. My voice keeps cutting out. Thanks for that. I have realised that. On. Yes, I've actually knocked it down way too much. That should be a little bit better though. Sorry about that. Yes, I'll go back a little bit. I'll go back a little bit anyways. So it was a lot of hard work, and we were proud to what the team has achieved, but we could not have done it without you or community. We want to thank everyone again who took part in basically giving feedback and helped us get Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint to a state we all appreciate and enjoy. Sorry about the mic problems anyways. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, I think everyone agrees the game is much better than what it was at launch, and I'm glad they're engaging with the community a little bit more than what they were with it than at launch. I'm really appreciative of that. Obviously, I'm glad they've kind of announced that they're thankful for the community's hard work in keeping the game alive in a way. I was very surprised at the results of the Rainbow Six stuff. It was I don't know, over a mil people playing and all that kind of stuff. It shows that Breakpoint is not dead. And I think that's a positive that I can bring out of that. Breakpoint is not dead. And there is a community, and hopefully they engage with the community more within some form of 2021 content or I'm going to say year 2 content, but I'll discuss that in just a moment, whether I think that's going to be the case. It's actually, I'll discuss it within this bit actually. So we will keep working to add more to the game and offer you all some exciting content for the months to come. Months to come, it's a year. Don't think that's just like 6 months or something along those. Unless it is 6 months and they're going to bring out a new game, then I still definitely think that's going to be a year. And obviously we'll get a roadmap, as I say, in a few weeks. We are designing the future of our game based on your feedback and throwing a few surprises. This has been happening since about like early 2020 because we had Transcendence that got scrapped. We had the Raid 2 got scrapped, and that was all based on community feedback, based on all that kind of stuff. So they have been changing loads of things since launch. Not since launch, since like early 2020, to be able to make the game more enjoyable for the whole player base and make it, I guess, a little bit more broader to a larger player base so that people play it. And I'm glad they went down that route instead of sticking with the sci-fi drone, you're dead because the game's a bullet sponge. So it was just something along those lines. I hated that aspect of it, and I'm glad they changed it up. They added the immersive mode. They've added loads of ghost experience stuff, as I've kind of mentioned up here. As I say, don't know why they haven't mentioned loads of other stuff other than the 4 things that came in the November update, Ghost Experience 2. But it is what it is. I'm guessing this was made by the marketing team, and the marketing team probably don't even know what Breakpoint is. But we will be sharing more details about what is to come in Top Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint in 2021 soon. Please stay tuned to our channels and expect a roadmap in the coming weeks. They always say that kind of stuff, coming soon, or just all that bother. But coming weeks, it's plural there, so it's not coming next week. It will be coming the week after that, I would assume. As I say, weeks is plural, so don't expect anything next week anyways. I'm gonna say, that's a hard choice. Monday the 8th or Friday the 12th. It will be throughout a weekday because they won't do anything on the weekend. But yes, I think, I'm gonna say Monday the 8th or Friday the 12th for that roadmap, and I'm also gonna say we'll get some form of update on the 22nd or 29th of March. That's my assumption. I'm saying that, but don't take my word for it. I'm just hoping that something comes then. And have been right in the past. Sometimes I've been wrong, admittedly, but I've been right in the past, and I just have a hunch. Is hunch the right word? I just have a feeling, I guess, that there is going to be something on those dates, anyways. But yeah, I mean, that's all what we've been given. There is no information regarding what is going to be happening within 2021. There is no information like that, which I think is a bit of a shame. It's kind of like keeping us slightly on the edge and not announcing fully what is going to be happening. Kind of, I don't know. I don't know what even the wording could be. Like just feeding us a little bit, but like kind of pulling it away from us, like slowly, just so it annoys us enough that there isn't like a full announcement on what's going to be coming. But coming weeks, as I say, not next week. It's plural, so probably be the week after, or could be mid-March, I guess. But I think they need to announce something sooner rather than later, anyways, because I think it's dragging on since like the last update. 'Cause the last update feels like ages away. It feels like donkeys since I played the live event, and I haven't gone back to it, to be honest. But anyways, let's have a little look at all your comments. Anyways, I'll try and make my way through them as quick as possible. I think Bay's dressed in a tractor driver outfit. Admittedly, I am. That's why I don't have a webcam on, mate. Just put Wildlands Ultimate for 35. Originally 119. That's decent. That's decent though. I think going back to Wildlands is a wise idea, to be honest. The game is well, I say optimized, but like it's at the stage where it's a complete game, and you've got obviously, as you say, you've got the Ultimate Edition, so you're getting plenty more content on top of that. So good on you. I mean, I was thinking about going back to Wildlands on my channel for a little bit, but I was kind of like on the edge with it, I guess. Let's actually move over to. Actually, no. Let's keep the comments first. I was going to move over to the game and then discuss my character cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. Will we get like the Wildlands cosmetics? I would hope so. I would definitely hope so. If they don't go and do that, then I think I'm going to be quite annoyed, because there's a lot of content there that they can bring over to the game. And that was kind of where I was getting at with like the battle rewards and bringing some kind of Wildlands challenge system back. I think it would totally improve the game having something along those lines where you can engage in content more frequently because there is more content to play. And I think that's where I was going along those lines, where I would rather have something to be doing in between updates instead of now. Obviously, it's faction missions, don't get me wrong, but faction missions are boring. The content which you don't really get rewarded for. You get scale credits, you get like a few things like that, but in all honesty, what else do you get? You don't get any cosmetics, you don't get any certain things which makes it more enjoyable and more rewarding, I guess. I guess rewarding is the right word there, and I'm hoping they kind of develop it a little bit further into adding something like that. Anyways, do you think the bipod will be deployable? In all honesty, no. I don't think it's ever going to be deployable, which I think it's a bit of a shame. If it was possible for them to code that into the game, sorry, I was going to say program, but program's probably the right word actually. If they were able to do that, they would have already done it. Because there's been such an outcry for it, I guess, a demand for it, they would have already done it. So I don't think that will happen within a year or two, no. Imagine more island opening up as their operation base of the Japanese organization that's buying. That would be cool. That would be really cool. And I was going to talk about Amberune a little bit later, but not Amberune. Well, yeah, I was going to be talking about Amberune, but also Moore Island. My opinions on that is that it's going to be something quite interesting if they do implement that into the game. Whether it's going to come early in 2021, I'm saying early 2021, but it's like March next week. Earlier in 2021 breakpoint wise, I guess. Whether I think that's going to be coming, probably not. I'm going to say about July, September time, maybe, when we'll get more island. Just because I think they're going to lead us on a little bit, keep us like continuing playing the game. They can, make it the best that they can, I guess, until we release that. And I think Concern More Island is about third or like nearly a half the size of Auroa. Well, not Aurora. What's it even called? Manga Gui or Manga Nui or something along those lines. Yeah, I think like they have to do something great with that, and I hope they add loads of content onto that, whether it's missions or whether it's just bases to take down. Not too sure, but I think they need to develop that and make sure that that is perfect before they release anything on the island. So yeah, as I say, I guess they could add it into the game straight away, but I'm also kind of on like the edge thinking, yeah, it could possibly come in July sometime. Which I know I was talking to G Money, and G Money, it was G Money and Penguin, I think it was Penguin and Overload. Yeah, I think they were quite annoyed that I said that I don't think it's going to be coming until July, and I think I'm annoyed with myself for saying that, but I still think I don't think they'll give it to us straight away. I think they'll kind of lead us on a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in that roadmap. That roadmap will give an indication. I would have thought. I don't think it will specifically say more islands opening up. I think it was it's supposed to be the raid 2, I believe. Anyways, I don't think they'll say, oh yeah, it's opening up. They'll say something like this live event or this adventure's coming, and they'll show a picture of like more islands, and you have to try and figure out like where that could be. Obviously, there's no like buildings and all that kind of stuff on it, but I think they'll kind of hint it, but they won't throw it at us, I guess. Just the way Ubisoft are, to be honest. Let's get ourselves down this chart. I think Breakpoint was a massive success for the Ghost Recon franchise, simply on the point that is humbled Ubisoft and forced them to start paying attention and knowing their ends. Totally. I think they've totally improved the game since launch, and I'm glad they've realized that it was a flop, and they've changed their whole marketing strategy, their whole strategy for the whole game, I guess, within 2020. I'm glad they went down that route. True survival mode, that'll be cool. I'm guessing you've watched Ranktastic, and I'm pretty sure me and Texas Spartan did like a little series on that. True survival where there's permadeath. Perfect. So it's actually my hardcore settings live stream as well. Totally agree on that though. Hunger probably won't come. Bleed out mechanics is in the game, and rest isn't in the game, but it's like bivouacs. I guess you could kind of tie it in with that. But hunger, I don't think that'll come in 2021. 100%. I don't think they would add a feature like that where it's more survival based in the game this late into the game. Anyways, I think that'll be like a launch kind of content thing. I don't even know if like drinking and all that kind of stuff and bivouacs will be within the next Ghost Recon. That's a good question. Getting to a bit where you're saying that my mic's cutting out, but I know it should be fine now. I'm hoping that add more go as well. I guess that's Draken or Drake in there. I could just call you 17. Be much easier. But yeah, I think go needs to come. Of course, at launch, there was loads of go. Well, not loads of go, but there wasn't like limbs flying off and all that kind of stuff. There was blood splatters across walls and floors and all that kind of stuff when you shoot the sentinel. I wish they added that back. I don't know if they maybe removed it so that they could either add something else, or they removed it because it was too gory for a certain audience. And I know it's an 18 plus game, but I think they need to I think they're still kind of like, I don't know, could they be still marketing it to the extent that younger people can still play it, but like on the sly? I don't know, but yeah, I think that might be something. There must be something. There must be a reason why they removed it from the game. And I'd love to know like the answer to that. But yeah, totally agree. I don't think they'll add limbs flying off and that kind of stuff. I don't think that'll be a feature. Simply because, as I was saying before, too late in the game to be adding them kind of features. Plus, they've coded the base game, so they can't like code. They can't make your character separate and like I'm gonna say entities. I don't know if entities are the right word in like dev language, but yeah, they haven't got like each body part as a separate entity, which also is probably the reason why you can't customize your battle belt, and you can't change certain things on like your soldier, not your soldier, your character. Sorry, and that's probably the main reason why they haven't like gone down that route, kind of. Um, create your missions, that would be good. That's another feature which I would absolutely love to have within the game. Don't think it would come, mainly because actually no, because Assassin's Creed Odyssey added like a story creator very late on into that game. So yeah, possibly you definitely could have something. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't rule it out. Definitely wouldn't rule it out. It's perfect now. I wish they would take off the restrictions of sights on weapons. I hopefully make it like Wildlands where you can put on any sight on any weapon. That would be cool. Obviously, I talk about the M1A1 all the time. If you haven't checked out the M1A1, it's the most customizable weapon within the game and a very good weapon. I think it was probably the best assault rifle up until the most recent update where they added the G2. And I think the G2 is probably, it's definitely a competition gun compared to the M1A1. I don't think you can get as many customizations on it, but I think it's kind of like one upped it slightly just in regards to like the stats and all that. But yeah, check out them two guns, check out that M1A1, because you can literally customize, you can literally get everything on it, which is pretty cool to be honest. But yeah, I totally agree. I think they need some more customization options. I wish they went back to how Future Soldier had it and how Wildlands had it. M4A1, yes, sorry, Christopher. My mind's going to mush because I've been talking that much. Um, my brain doesn't function sometimes. Anyways, yeah. What was I saying? I've totally just gone off the point. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I wish they went down like a Wildlands or Ghost Recon Future Soldier or just something which has a better gunsmith. I don't think there will be a better gunsmith. I don't think they'll redesign that within 2021, but I think they will add more attachments and more things you can maybe change to that gunsmith. But I don't think they'll change the layout. I don't think they'll change clicking on the weapon, certain parts of the weapon. They'll still have that kind of design going, which I don't really like that design compared to how Wildlands had it. But it's what we've got now. I don't think they'll change that within a year or two, unless they get like major funding from like the seniors in Ubisoft. Nah, I don't think that'll. I don't think that'll happen. I hate saying like things won't happen because, in all honesty, I would rather have more things happen. Like I would rather have loads more things added to the game, but it's just comparing my thoughts to like reality. It's like I want to try and be as realistic as possible when I'm mentioning certain things. And in honesty, the amount of crap I come out with is sometimes like ridiculous and it just won't happen. So I try and make myself seem a little bit more, you know, I try and voice what's more realistic for the game and what they could add instead of what I would love for them to add. I'd love them to add, I'd love them to rehaul the Hall of the Gunsmith, but that won't happen. I would love for them, to be honest, another little feature is which you can glitch is like change the color of like the camos of preset customization things. There's like a glitch for it, but it's probably more complicated than what it actually seems. Like you would have thought they would just be able to add a little button to be able to be able to like toggle it and all that kind of stuff, but there's probably reasoning behind why they can't do that. They'll probably keep the glitch in, but you'll probably only be able to glitch it. You might not be able to actually have that feature because of all the coding. It's probably more complicated than what it actually seems. I mean, I you could probably talk to someone about it and they'll probably say, yeah, it's probably quite easy to do, but whether it's possible on Anvil Next Engine, probably not, to be honest. Otherwise, they would have added it already, I guess. Unless they're leaving that for like a little bit later on in Breakpoint's life. More Milsim immersive, totally agree, Logan. Totally agree. They need more features in the game to make it more enjoyable and more immersive, realistic, gritty. Those type of keywords come in mind when it comes to a really good like Ghost Recon game. No more drones, maybe security cameras. Security cameras would be good. Get rid of the massive combine harvester drone that's in the fields and replace it with manual tractors that you can drive around. We're sorted. Right, let's write that down. Let's send that off to Ubisoft and get it added. We don't need them big, massive combine harvesters anymore. We just need a tractor. Auroa customizing the whole world with patrols and patrols. I've talked about this before. How we've got the world parameters in the game, Needless. What if there was like a separate page for like year one and year two? What if we had like two separate pages, and one was like the martial law, and the second one was where the world is populated? Could they add that in the game? I think that'd be pretty cool, to be honest. Ghost Recon needs to go back to its roots. Totally agree. Tactical shooters are they are really getting mainstream. I mean, we've looked at what's it called again? Fallujah. Is it 6 days in Fallujah? Is that the right word for it? And then also zero. You. Bloody hell. What's it called again? 0-6 behind enemy lines. There we go. That's another one. You've got Escape from Tarkov, which is already out. You've got Squad, that's already out. You've got older style ones like Beyond the Wire. That needs like mainly first person ones, but 6 days in Fallujah, that might be third person. I'm not really too sure. Someone probably correct me on that. And then also like the 0-6, that's one, which is a third person. There was one getting made by former Dice devs as well. I don't know if it's a tactical shooter, but it's something that kind of looks like it. There's loads of new like different things. Ground Branch, 0 Hour, 9 to 5, I think was another one. There's loads. There's loads of different ones, and it's definitely coming mainstream now. Why don't Ubisoft adopt its strategy so that it can, be a little bit more uh, focused on tactical instead of all this random crap that's getting out of the game? Like, I go back to my point about I don't know if I did make this point, but who asked for bullet lures? I mean, it is literally the addition of Far Cry. I think Far Cry was the first ones to have it. I can remember in Far Cry 3 you were able to throw a rock. I'm pretty sure Assassin's Creed has some kind of system like that now. Bullet lures, it's basically bringing that feature but over to Breakpoint. It's a copy and paste job with a bit of a customization change, I guess, which totally. I totally think, yeah, it's pretty cool, and it definitely kind of swaps it up from like a diversion lure can attract more than one enemy, or a bullet lure can attract one enemy. I think that's pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't know who asked for it, to be honest, but is what it is. It's in the game now, and to be honest, it's a cool feature, I guess. Which is why I was kind of thinking, what was it? We added multiple updates to our Ghost experience. Our priority has been to address feedback from you, our players. Bullet lure. Who asked for that? Don't know. I would have probably added the immersive mode instead of that, but you know, it's funny. It's funny. I just question it. I do. I really do question it. I would have done immersive experience or like Ghost Experience One, or just reference something along those lines instead. I'm nearly at the bottom. I'm on Soggy Waffles now. Oh no, I'm not. I'm on Chris. Farmer. Oh, it's like I've gone down too far, I think. Do you think we'll get a desert in year two? I don't think we'll get a desert in year two. I don't think Moa is a desert, to be honest. I think that's just another forest kind of biome. Might get like some kind of desert in the bottom of Moa Island, because that's like more of a separated island kind of thing. But I don't think we'll get like a vast desert lands kind of thing. Definitely not. Uh, I definitely don't think that'll happen. Costa Rica needs to go back to its roots. We've already read that. How you doing, Bullet Tooth? How's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream. You came in a little while ago. Let's actually put timestamps on so I can see when people have been posting. Yeah, you posted that about 15 minutes ago, mate, and I haven't said hi. I'm making my way. I'm 15 minutes behind. Do you think we'll actually get a desert? I already answered that. Probably not. It probably won't be a vast, huge desert, but I think we'll, as I say, we might have something like lower down in Moore Island, possibly. But I think it'll be more like beaches instead of desert. And then regarding like any other islands, I don't think they'll add any other islands than Golem Island and Moa. They did say, "Oh, we're gonna have more islands in the game," but that was before the game was a flop. So you know, I think they're changing things up a little bit to suit their budget because they've probably put a lot of money into fixing the game rather than developing it further, I guess. Which hopefully they've got a new budget for year two. Do you think they'll give the AI new dialogue for? Yes, I've got a feeling they will add more dialogue for the. Actually, it depends if they can get like Vasily, Fury, and Fix It, like the people who voiced them back. I don't know if they may be left or whether that's voiced by people from Ubisoft. I'm not really too sure. They could. Obviously, we have the what was it, the Rainbow Six AI teammates, which I think is much better than normal AI teammates. They've got much more dialogue and all that kind of stuff. Makes it a little bit more of a better experience having more dialogue options for like the AI instead of just simple ones which like pop up randomly and just don't really fit in with like what you're doing. So I think like yeah, I think if they can get them back, yes, I think they would do that. I, what I was originally thinking, and once again I talked to G about this, G Money that is. Uh, I said, why didn't they add the AI teammates as just Holt and Midas? Obviously, the AI teammates came out in July. Midas was out of like the weird Project Deus, whatever it is, like hooked up to this head. I don't know, hooked up to this computer thing. Um, that came out in I think it was about May time, episode 2. AI teammates came out in July. Why didn't they add Holt and Midas as your AI teammates? So you only had two AI teammates, but in honesty, that doesn't matter because if you've got three or two, I don't think the community would be going mental by the fact that you've only got two AI teammates compared to three because you know you can't control each and individual AI teammates. I would be happy with one AI teammate to be honest, because it's just another person. It's I mean, I don't even play with AI anymore because I don't really find a need for them. I can use my sync shot drones now. I don't need them. But I guess I don't know. I just don't feel like they fit as well, and that kind of goes back to like the dialogue and all that kind of stuff about it. I feel like they really downgraded the AI teammates compared to Wildlands, and I think that came back to them quite harshly, and that's why they added the Rainbow Six AI teammates. To be honest, because I don't think in Wildlands you chose them as the AI teammates. I think it was just missions, and then maybe I can't remember what it was. You went to go find Cav, but like it was actually just following you. It was just people following you. I think that's probably why they added like them as AI teammates instead of like random characters that you can get in the world. Kind of like Legion's job, where he's doing absolutely naught, but and he's not even he's not even in the game. Even cosmetic wise, he isn't in the game. I'm surprised they didn't add him in the store because he's quite fundamental to the story. Uh, that boggles me as well. It's another thing which I don't know. I like to rant sometimes about random little things like that, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if they do add more like Rainbow Six items in the game in the future to the store. So because I think a lot of people bought the cosmetics, and if they developed the Ghost store, I think they would actually get a decent amount of money from it, adding all these unique characters. Anyways, they probably made quite a bit of money out of the Sam Fisher one as well, in all honesty. But you know, they probably made loads of the game as well. I mean, 1 million people playing like the Rainbow Six Live event, or just over that, is mental. I mean, times that by what? Let's say 15 quid for the game on average, or I guess some people have got it for like a tenner and all that. 15 quid, that's a decent, significant amount of money. Do you think they'll more ghillie suits? Totally, Chris. I totally need more ghillie suits, to be honest. You took long live beat. I think it's long live Beto, or I'm just call you long. Um, you talk about sites quite a bit because I'm pretty sure you mentioned something a little bit earlier. Another thing is reticles. Why can't you like buy reticles from Maria's shop? That'd be like another little thing which they could add. I think they would make money from that as well. If it's the case where they're struggling to add things, not because of their coding and all that kind of stuff, because it might be money wise, then you know they can. There's plenty of money there if they choose to go down certain routes and made it a little bit more microtransaction-y, I guess, which is kind of where what we want to stay away from. But still, add little things like that which don't impact gameplay, then they can at least get the money to add features like gas masks and helmets, add features like what was the other one? Like rappelling down buildings, not just like little things like rappel going down buildings. I guess isn't a little thing, but you get what I mean. Like little things. If they're struggling with money, anyways, there's definitely ways to market the game properly. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. Rambling once again, rambling. Always do that. Right. So, sorry, I was getting a drink there. Chris, you say that is there going to be a second raid on Moab? That was, and obviously I don't have any direction on the proper answer to this, but I'm going to say that was the idea. That was the idea, to use Moab Island as the second raid island, or maybe use half of it as of the raid. Half of it is maybe the raid island, and then maybe the other half is, I don't know, used for adventures or something along those lines. I think that was the initial plan. I think there was the plan to have it so that you could go onto this island and there would be a whole separate new raid. Of course, as you saw within like the Transcendence photo, I don't know if I can maybe bring it up on this. Zoom out slightly. I mean, this is way, way, way back in the past, isn't it? 7? Is this a good guess? This is all the. God, it goes back a little bit, doesn't it? 10. Must be 10. Looking for the roadmap, you see. See, it came out post-launch, didn't it? Post-launch, there we go. Yeah, see, still by this image, I think this was like a supercomputer and it kind of linked in with Project Durst, which kind of links in with episode 2 slightly. So I think it was supposed to continue like that. And then, 2 was supposed to get episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. Episode 5 or 6 might have been Red Patriot, but they obviously brought that forward and completely changed the whole of the story. And maybe within the year 2, we'll still maybe get episodes. It'll be in some different format to what we did get within year 1. It'll be more focused on Red Patriot we got. But sorry, as I say, I think that was supposed to be like some kind of supercomputer, and I think it was supposed to link in with some kind of raid bosses on Moat Island, and I think that was always going to be the plan. But I think they just swapped up and thought, nah, we're not going to be going for raids anymore. the population of the community who are playing raids is so low compared to playing like PvE. And I'm pretty sure playing PvP as well, even though PvP doesn't get many updates. I think the population of the community who are playing PvE content is like huge compared to raid content, which uh, I think that kind of proves that the raid 2 won't happen, and I think that's the main reason why it was cancelled. Even though I think who was I talking? I might be Bullet Catcher Gaming or G. I think it was Bullet Catcher Gaming. I was talking about how maybe it could come, and maybe that cancellation wasn't like a was a cancellation for it to not be happening within episode 3, but maybe the adopting a new strategy and adding it in year 2 somehow. But I don't know. Me personally, no, I don't think they'll do another raid. But it's definitely an option. But they won't go down the drones route and all that kind of stuff. They'll have to implement another route. I think it was G and Bullet Catcher Gaming, which I was talking about that. I think I did it within the G's live stream, and I was talking to Bullet Catcher last night about stuff. Let's move down in chat. Hunter team or Predator team? Totally. We need to bring some kind of team back from the previous game because Ghost Recon Future Soldier is technically in. Well, it was a year before Breakpoint, so they could actually add a little bit more lore. Obviously, we had like Red Patriot and that kind of stuff, but in honesty, all that added was Bodok and Scott Mitchell talking a little bit. They need to have like another Future Soldier reference. Considering this is the 20th anniversary for Ghost Recon game wise, I think they need to do something massive within some form of year 2, to be honest. Remove Go to appease the Chinese market like they did with. Oh, right, okay. I didn't know that. That, as you say, Alex, that might be it. That might be the reasoning why. I mean, I don't know where you've like got that from, but I would like to know. Maybe make bipods deployable, but they could add a version that is in a lowered position. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. Guys, I don't know, I have the game in Golden Edition, but I can't play the episode 2 and 3. Can you guys help me? That's very strange. Have you contacted Ubisoft support? They're probably the best people to go to over at Twitter. I don't know if there's any other suggestions for that. I don't know a fix for that, unfortunately. Quite far. I'm getting even further behind now. The idea of flashlights on rifles might actually happen, but I'd love to see more rewarding value in faction missions. I think both of them could definitely be added. Flashlights, they might not add it to the weapon. They might add it to like your gear instead, so you have it on your shoulder. Just because that's how the Sentinel have it. The Sentinel have it like I don't know, it's like shoulder height kind of on a vest. They might add it like that, but I don't know whether they'll add it to rifles just because of like the coding. Are they able to program the light to change direction depending on where you're aiming your weapon? I'm not really too sure, but hope really do get flashlights, whether it is on the weapon or maybe it turns on aiming in, or just something along those lines, or maybe it's like a control to be able to turn it on and off. That'll be pretty cool. Um, yeah, I think flashlights in some form, whether it's shoulder, whether it's like on your gun, it'd be amazing. Proper green normal camo for vest would be great instead of the current one. Yep, totally great. Customizable ghillie suit options. I think they have to actually add ghillie suits first before getting to customizing it. But yeah, advancing on customization options would be a huge chance for them to get things right. Anyways, do you think they'll add more dialogue for Nomad and AI teammates and even enemies? I've already answered that, haven't I? My answer was like, hopefully yes. I think the enemies aren't too bad, to be honest. The enemies, there's quite a few dialogue options for them. More NPCs, more dead bodies laying around on the map, basically telling us that the Sentinel are taking out civilians. That's basically what they did with the live event, to be honest. I quite like the fact that they've kind of modified the surroundings. I just saw dragging bodies. That's another little feature. Little features. Adding stuff like that would just. I think dragging bodies is a must. You can do that within squad actually, and I quite enjoy that kind of aspect where you're able to drag them instead of the whole 5 minute animation of you picking up the body slowly and then throwing it down and all that kind of stuff. I just think that takes too much time. They just need to grab a leg or grab an arm or something along those lines, just drag it. Has to be with the ESRB rating. It's too gory and violent. It restricts the game's marketing and ability to sell in public stores. All right, okay, that makes sense, Zach. To be honest, well, that does actually really make a lot of sense. Actually don't know where I am in chat now because I've been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Have they made an announcement about year two? Yes. I mean, it's like 15 minutes later, but yes. I had a little bit of a read over this before, anyways. It's not this. It's first. Yeah, give you a chance to read that. Basically announced it's coming and that there's going to be a roadmap in the coming weeks. That is a basic rundown. Hopefully you can read that fine. You hear, what do you miss? You missed quite a bit. Me rambling mostly. Open World isn't a raid. I love just like little bases, to be honest. A bunch of bases on an island and maybe a few missions. I think that's what my personal thoughts are, anyways. Having something along those lines. Ah, Alexander, that's a good point. It was over a free weekend. That's a very good point. I didn't think of that. That could hugely skew numbers. Because if you got a free weekend, you could literally play the whole of the live. That's very bad marketing. Marketing the fact that Rainbow Six are coming to the game to the Rainbow Six player base, and then saying, "Oh yeah, it's free by the way," is that's ridiculous, really. Now you think about it. I mean, I guess it kind of it gives people like a bit of a taste of for the game, and I guess they did probably make a few sales out of it, but I think it probably would have been a little bit more wise just to make people buy it, put it on sale or something along those lines. Well, there was a lot of outrage about microtransactions, like right at the start of launch, but that was because it was more focused towards uh, benefiting the player instead of benefiting like the cosmetic side of the stuff, making it so that you making it so that it actually impacts the gameplay itself. And I think that was where people were kind of getting a bit annoyed with Breakpoint saying it's a microtransaction filled game and all that kind of stuff. But I think microtransactions probably would help in regards to making sure that people are the game's funded so that they can add features like what we need. Such as dragon bodies, as you said before, such as helmets and masks, all them little things which are pretty cool, I guess. Flashlights as well. we've probably mentioned quite a lot of things. Yeah, I've probably mentioned quite a lot of things which I really, really want in the game, but I just don't know whether it will actually happen. So I don't think most people would mind microtransaction. It is mainly for cosmetic only items as long as they have a proper tier 1 spec ops look and feel. Totally agree. I mean, a lot of the things that have been adding to like the Maria shop, I'm a little bit annoyed with, to be honest, because there's like, I don't know, like a tiger face paint and all that kind of stuff, and you just think, really? You're adding all this, you're putting money into all this, but you're not implementing like proper military stuff, which Ghost Recon is a military shooter. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand little things like that. Why they go down them different routes? I'm not really too sure. I like to see some NPC driving. Totally. That was kind of linking in with my year two world modifiers kind of thing. We have like a separate one, and you could turn like the world to be populated, where there's like scientists driving around because there are scientists still. Um, with Sentinel gone, maybe they remove like the people with the bikes and all that kind of stuff, have less of them about, and add it so that the scientists are going around. Maybe a few homesteaders, maybe the resistance. Add a bit more of a presence of them. Little things like that, I think, would like totally go far. They should also add either thermal or flare scope. There's loads of different scopes, attachments, and all that kind of stuff which I'd love in the game. Uh, I just don't know whether they would actually add that kind of stuff. This was a quick search that I didn't read the full article on today, but I think it's the one I read a while back. Yeah, probably is Alex, mate. Thermal scope. That's thermal scope would be cool. Now I'm thinking about it even more. I mean, they've got like the ability to. They've got assets that can use from like other games, so I don't see why not. If we're talking about flashlights, they should make it if it's attachable on the other side of the rail. Like flip different things to different rails. I don't think they would add that mainly because I don't, as I was saying earlier, I don't think they'll redesign the whole of the gunsmith to make it more, I guess, user friendly, and so you can modify your weapon a little bit more. I think it's just you'll be able to select your rail type, and you can select instead of having a laser sight, you can have a flashlight. I don't even think it will be the case where they'll be separate, where you can have both. Uh, Initially, anyways. You just said so you can have a laser on the left and a flashlight on the right, unless they add it as like a separate thing. 'Cause do you know how like they added stock and trigger as a separate thing like post launch? Unless they do it something like that where you have like a flashlight or something along those lines, then you know I don't think you will be able to choose like two different real options. How about female enemy soldiers? There is some form of there is concept images for female soldiers, so it could possibly come 100%. But I don't know. I don't know whether would add it. I don't know whether to just keep the Sentinel soldiers look and then maybe change like the cosmetic around that so you can't see the face and all that kind of stuff. Do something along those lines instead of adding new assets. Uh, Compared to Wildlands, customization and Breakpoint is practically nothing. I know. I've looked at Wildlands and it's absolutely huge cosmetic wise. Definitely paints on weapons. There's absolutely hundreds. There's 118 or 120 to be specific. There might be a few more than that, but that's mental compared to Breakpoint. I think Breakpoint has like three, something along those lines. One needs a legit cave. Wow, that'd be cool. Cave network. So it's actually you have more island, but you have a whole cave underneath that. So it's like double the size technically. Intervention, BAYZY. How are you doing, Gigan? How's it going? What I can't believe is that they had imaginary island where they could do anything they wanted, and they made that landscape more boring than a real world. It's I think that like the landscape of uh, Manganui or something along those lines. That's definitely more boring than Wildlands, and I don't know why they went down that route. To be honest, as you say, it's a fictional island. Why didn't they just go down the route of adding, I don't know, very huge environments which are like, I don't know, just unique environments, I guess, instead of just basic ones where you have, oh, here's a mountain with some snow on it. In the middle of the map, you've got loads of grasslands. You've got a few farms down south. You've got a bit of like a bog kind of swampland, I guess, to the right. Um, I think you could broaden that a little bit more and make the environment a little bit more exciting to fit like Wildlands. Wildlands, each province had a separate kind of style to it, but the style linked with each other in a way. It didn't like it didn't just move on to a different like biome. It would naturally flow into another biome, which I found was pretty cool, to be honest. Yeah, two of the cosmetics need ghillie hoods. Totally agree on that. Road cry shirt. Yep. Back panels for plate carriers. Never thought of that, but yeah. Oh, tactical looking plate carriers. Yep. Chest rigs and helmets with accent gear. Totally. More cosmetics out of the game, the better, to be honest. The little things count. The little things are important. Should make a research base that requires resources. You can make skill credits maybe. Not make. No, I wouldn't say make skill credits, but some kind of research base on more islands that you need to infiltrate. That would be pretty cool. That's researching Amber Ruin, and you have to stop the research, but it's a proper storyline instead of just one mission. Uh, there's a whole like backstory to it and different routes it could go. You're kind of like on the edge until the final mission, until you realise that uh, this guy's the enemy and he's been the enemy all along. It's Jay Skell. Jay Skell's the enemy. You need to take him out. He's always a bit of a dodgy guy, him. So, you have to keep an eye on him. Make a laser and like yeah, oh like a yeah, I get what you mean. No, I get what you mean. Like it all in one attachment. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, Alex. That would actually solve the problem of having two different like attachments. If you can't add like them two attachments together, like the laser sight and the flashlight, because it's a real attachment, isn't it? Having a proper combo for it. I don't know what kind of I don't know what there probably is like a certain attachment which you can get on a weapon for that, and someone who's more knowledgeable about weapons probably does know one. But one item, two functions. Yeah. How's everything? Keegan, I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well. We've got some good news that there's going to be an update. Well, more updates coming. Some form of 2021 content. Linking back to this, actually. Uh, I don't know if I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't know if it's just my mind's going. We'll be sharing more details about what is to come. Oh no, it wasn't. We'll be keeping working to adding more to the game and offer you all some exciting content for the months to come. They don't actually reference it as a year two. They haven't. This would have been the perfect opportunity for them to announce we're making a year two, but they haven't actually done that. So could that mean it's not actually a year two? It's just 2021 content. it's little live events, little feature updates, and maybe, I don't know, 2 adventures or 1 adventure. Well, technically that's a year 2, 'cause that's basically what we got in year 1. Uh, maybe it's not. Maybe we'll get 1 story, uh, and that'll be it. We'll get an ending, to Breakpoint, like very late on, and they're still creating that maybe. But up until that point, we'll have live event, maybe 2, 3 live events, and that'll be that. But the fact they haven't even referenced it as like a year 2 or something along those lines kind of just makes it a little bit. I don't know. It makes it a little bit weird for me, I guess, to think of it that way. It's a little bit suspicious. That's what I'm trying to get at. We are designing the future of our game based on your feedback, throwing a few surprises. So that bit's basically stating we're going to be adding more content to the game, which is adding more features which we've suggested for them to add, and the few surprises into the mix will be the live events. That's how I'm taking that. Whether there's going to be an adventure in that or not, whether there's going to be a continuation to the story. As I say, it doesn't say year 2. In Future Soldier, they had the thing where you breach doors and goes into slow motion for a couple of seconds. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I wish breaching, like, the made full emphasis on the breaching mechanics and made sure that that breaching mechanic was really good, instead of just having, bog standard throw a throw a C4, sorry, or a grenade at this door and it blows up. Have Ash, like your AI teammate, do the job for you. Maybe have certain, I don't know, certain commands to be able to advance through a building and clear a building properly instead of just sending your AI in to die. I don't know. I don't know what the breach charge, Harvey. Yeah, exactly. Anyone else notice how Paula Madeira looks a bit similar to Bowman from Wildlands? Maybe she secretly is. Maybe she is Bowman. What about one type of each shirt? So say the Cry Combat shirt, and then be able to roll the sleeves in the menu. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think they would add. I think they'd add separate ones and just have her as like a toggle. I think they would say Cry, Cry Combat shirt, sleeve, no, um, sleeveless, and sleeves, something along those lines. Instead of roll up, I don't know, something along those lines. 2 shirts in one. I don't think they'll add a toggle switch. I think that might be a little bit more complicated than what they can do at this point. In Breakpoint, there's that one island south of the map that you can't get to. South of the map, maybe that will be second raid or maybe a little map expansion. Down south? Down south? Let's have a little look. For some reason I actually can't hear the game. Change it to that. Just so you can actually hear the game properly. I can hear the game at the same time. What doing? Properties. Here we go. Right, there we go. Down south though? I mean, there's more island on the right here. I can't remember there being anything down south. You can have a little look. I don't even know if there's there is a bivvy. It's probably I would have guessed it would be one of those islands which is just put in the background because like you want it to make it seem like there is stuff about. We'll have a look. Maybe I can see from here. Actually, no. We'll spawn in a helicopter. Ah, the one on the right, you mean? Southeast. Southeast. I remember that one. There's a one like slightly further in the distance compared to Moore Island. I think that might be the one that you may be referencing there. That could definitely be some form of island. I'm pretty sure he said raid island, but I don't think they'll add a raid into the game. As I was saying earlier, I think the raid was just it wasn't successful in Ubisoft. He's tried to go to it many times only to get killed. Yep, that's Breakpoint for you. You're not allowed to go to islands. Let's have a little look. Sorry about that. I don't actually know where my helicopter spawns. Can it even spawn on this? See, this is ridiculous. There it is. Literally can't see it though, which I think is a bit ridiculous. They must add like this bit just to notify that there is a way. But I mean, look at this. It's literally just the grasslands. What was their decision on this? Why was it just a grassland like this? Why didn't they add something cool over here? It's literally just a waste of space. See, there's nothing down south, anyways. I think it might be. I think it might be like everything far in the distance they may be talking about. I mean, that's like more island in the background there. So go back to this. But yeah, I mean, something cool would be cool. So what's the outfit? Soggy. Soggy, you're asking what that is. Right. I can show you. And what we're gonna do something pretty cool, but I'm not gonna show you on screen because I don't like to get told off for showing a glitch, a bug that's in the game. I don't know whether people already know about it, but I'll get to where I want to be. I'll get to where I want to be. We'll have to start a mission. I need to remember what mission it is first. Oh no, we need to turn that on. But I'll show you. Something cool would be cool, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just? Did I literally just say that? Something cool would be cool. Yeah. Right, we'll flop this. Put it on operation on the sky. No, needless. Never mind saying that. Add a toggle switch for your trousers, though. Why not shirts? Did they? Can you make them shorts? What kind of system's in there? We'll actually put it on this screen. So you can't actually see. Can you hear my what do you call it? My mouse or anything along those lines? Do let me know because I wanna I want to make sure I get them kind of things sorted. Alright, so go to the bivouac, which is over here. For some reason I can't hear the game properly. It's very quiet. There we go. I don't know if it's maybe too quiet for use. Too sure. I don't think it is. I think it might be perfect. I'll swap it back down to where I need it. Because I was playing Battlefield, I like to swap around my settings anyways. Right, we'll spawn a helicopter as well so I can get over there a little bit quicker. Need this getting timed out will be cool.
Legion, this is Nomad. Over.
Where's my helicopter? See, you think it would just spawn here?
I'm on it. Nomad out.
Where actually is this helicopter? Maybe it hasn't spawned in. Maybe I have to actually click on it properly. I thought you didn't have to do that. Catch you in a bit, Spartan. Have a good one, mate. Tonight I'm making tuna casserole for dinner. My girlfriend's here. Ah, nice. Hope you enjoy, mate. Vehicle is already parked. Where the hell's this parking? See, the bivouacs are designed so bad. There they are. See, why do you have it down here when you could have it perfectly up here? I don't know. Hopefully my audio is fine for a game anyways. I have to be careful of the SAM turrets flying over this. One thing I will do is put this on full, just so you can see everything. But move over. I'll show you what I mean. Alright, we've got this guy first. Oh, I've got this drone. I'll let this drone do its thing anyways. Everything sounds great. That's good. I just like to have that kind of happy level of being able to hear my voice and also being able to hear the game at the same time. So I know we will actually put it on easy as well. I have got it on easy, haven't I? Yeah. We'll put it on this. Actually, oh, it's not even sorted. Oh, can't be having that. 1 second. Why is that like that? There we go. I'll put it on that, just so you don't see it. Just so I don't get in bother. I don't want to be getting in bother from Ubi for showing off. Oh my god, my shooting. Right, no one heard though. Right, give me a moment. Right, there we go. Here we are. so, so you can't get in this with your camera, anyways. And this is basically what I was creating. I was creating this exact skin, and people think that this guy is like the theory. The basic theory is that this guy is the next like enemy, basically the leader. You had Walker, you had Trey Stone, and then you also had the strategist for episode 2. Um, people think this is going to be the next leader of like a new faction, and what I basically wanted to work on is finding out whether that could be possible and whether I personally think that this guy is the next enemy. Through my little research kind of thing and actually creating this character, I'm going to say no. I do not think this is going to be the next leader, mainly because you can literally create this character exactly like that. You can. This tattoo is in Maria's shop. This tattoo is in Maria's shop. It's the rose one, and there's like you can see that as well. Trousers, I'm pretty sure Maria's shop. This top, Maria's shop. You would have thought if they are going to add this guy as the main villain, he would redesign this whole outfit. He looks way too boring to be a main character. I know, and that's obviously the vent right there. And you're looking down, and yeah, you know, I've had a little look around. When they go on these computers, they don't actually have a look at what's on the computer. There's like nothing on the screen for both of them. So there's no hints there. I've had a little look over here. There's not really anything that we can really gain from this. It's literally just basic documents which are like kind of spread around. There's literally nothing in this room which references that there could be something for a year 2 or 2021 content. So my theory is that this is part of the Amber Ruin live event, and that's it. There's nothing that could come out of this. I've had a little look down here, and I've actually realised last time there was someone who spawned in here. There's a little door glitch as well there, because I think originally this door's actually supposed to be open, but when you like spawn the Amber Ruin thing, it's shut basically. But that's a very simple way of putting a door in. Like I mean, literally, look at that. Really, really, I haven't even put the door in properly. But you know, I don't know. I don't understand. But yeah, there's nothing in this room, and there's nothing to say that maybe the other gas buyer is the next bad guy. Which because there's the MI6 guy, and then there's 1 second. Let me just put it on this second. Just gonna get to a place where. So yeah, let's put it on here. So yeah, as I said, like there's the MI6 guy, right here. I just don't want to get in any bother by Ubisoft saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be showing off them kind of stuff. You kicked out a Delta company now." Yeah, well, I don't know if I was told like to not show the DMR glitch or something along those lines. I know someone's been kicked out of Delta company before for slagging off the game, kind of. So I wanna stay go for the year 2. Anyways, obviously I do say quite a few things which I probably shouldn't say, but I would rather get my opinions across instead of saying the game's absolutely amazing when you know the game isn't perfect, and I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. I think the community I think the community wants so much that Ubisoft can't actually do all the stuff that we want. I think that's just the blatant realistic thing about it. There's a lot of things which I don't agree with them adding, but you know, I do share my feedback quite frequently Intel company Discord anyways. I'm very vocal. That's probably the best way to put it. I was ranting actually today about certain things, so we'll leave it at that though. Anyways, what was I doing? What was I doing? Yes, I was looking at Intel down here. See, you have like the buyer here, which is the MI6 operative who's being captured. That could lead on to something. Um, Definitely could. He's a major terrorist threat worldwide who's captured, uh, whose capture is of utmost priority of Rainbow Six, Interpol, and CIA. He could be the next bad guy. You could take it that way. You could take this guy as the next bad guy, but I doubt it. Uh, you probably can't even make this. You probably can't even make. Oh, could this be the guy in like the in black, like this guy? Oh, it doesn't even show him. Peter Miles. Could that be Peter Miles? Because he's the unknown figure, isn't he? There's not much information about him. Actually, no, it tells you his name, doesn't it? What does it say? New. Oh, it's side missions. No, it's not him then. What was it? Freddie Porter. There's also this lass. The Mu cult is a Russian-Japanese apocalyptic sect. So she could be it. It's like, how quick do you think G Money would get kicked out? Oh, I think he'd be kicked out instantly, man. Instantly. But to be honest, I've to some degree, I've said pretty much exactly what G Money said. It to an extent. I've just been a little bit more, I don't know, realistic with my suggestions, I guess, and I've kind of said it in a way which is kind of protecting my back a little bit, but I've still tried to be realistic with the game. I've uh, I've announced that the game's shit a few times, and you know it was a crap at launch, admittedly, and I think Ubisoft's kind of admitted to that. So I think that makes it right for me to say it as well. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather be a voice for the community instead of being a voice for Ubisoft. 100%. But yeah, I mean, any of them three guys could be could be the leader. Honestly, it's just weird. It really is weird. Which way could they go with this? Keegan, man, Keegan. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the roundup, anyways, of what my thoughts are at the moment. Hello. Huh. Literally right through his legs. Oh my god, my aim is awful today. Been playing too much Battlefield, I think. That might be what it is. Where my aim just goes everywhere. But anyways, we don't need that. So yeah, I mean that's really all I wanted to talk about anyways. I've kind of ended it on a positive note that I'm trying to fight the communities back a little bit, making sure that everybody gets their point across, anyways. And I'll try and continue to do that. Obviously, that's one of the vital things which I find being part of Dark Company. I think I would rather have like an engagement with the community and ensure that the community's points get across, other than like sitting here not really listening to you. I think that's right on the edge there. Yeah, I'd rather have everybody's voice, like at least to some degree, kind of. But I think, to be honest, I think the community in general has general thoughts based on the game, to be honest, and how they could improve the game, what features they could add. But I try and like I'll try and nitpick and try and choose certain ones which are probably best, and I try and do like pass them over. And obviously, I make my content and all that kind of stuff, and people that have been responding quite well to my content, my suggestions, and all that kind of stuff. But all them suggestions are basically like either my own thoughts on community suggestions, and I try and build it up slightly more than what people have been saying, throwing a few of my own ideas at that suggestion, and kind of just develop it. Is G Money stream tonight? I'm not really too sure, Gideon. But anyways, I'm heading off. I know it's only been like an hour and a half, but I'm gonna go chill. And I'll probably stream this weekend sometime. I've got a plan in something with someone else for collaboration in the coming weeks. So do keep an eye out for some form of collaboration with someone who I've already collabed with, but I think you'll quite enjoy. Well, technically, I haven't really collabed. I've done. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, remember hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button. Hopefully this video gets recommended to people because it's like more of a structured one, uh, like a structured live stream. Then it probably won't get recommended as much as my normal videos, but it's like more of a structured live stream in a way. So hopefully it does get recommended, so people can have a little look at what I have to say, anyways, and the announcement that there is going to be some content coming, even though technically you already knew that. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I'll catch you all in another stream. Cheers.